Hi viewers, this is Dr. G. Manigandan, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology, JJ College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Pudukkottai. Now I am going to differentiate plant and animal cells in detail. This slide shows you the different types of cells. The first one, plant cells, second one, animal cells, and the third one, bacterial cells. So that is nothing but the prokaryotic organisms, and at last it is protista. So that is the eukaryotic organisms, so which includes protozoa, fungi and algae. So there are four types of cells. So based on the nucleus and the cell components, it can be classified into four. Are the plant and the animal cells the same or different? Definitely it differs from one cell to another cell. I will discuss you the difference in the coming slides. And this is the common parts of animal and the plant cells. So starting with cell membrane first. So this is otherwise called as plasma membrane or cytoplasmic membrane. The outer lining of the cell which encloses all other cell organelles. About the function of the cell membrane, it supports and protects the cell. It also controls the movement of materials in and out of cell, that is the nutrient transport, and it also forms a barrier between the cell and its environment. Next, cytoplasm. So it is a fluid substance that fills the cells. All the cell organelles are suspended in the cytoplasm. About the function, the cytoplasm maintains the osmotic concentration of the cells and prevents them from bursting or shrinking. The next is nucleus. So it is considered as the heart of a cell. It's a membrane-bound organelle, spherical in shape, and most of the activities of the cell, it is directed by the nucleus. About the functions, all the cells in an animal has one complete set of genes in its nucleus. A genetic material, DNA, which helps for the formation of protein. Within the nucleus, so there are the tiny particles and the spherical shaped structure which is simply called as nucleolus. It is darkly stained and it aids in the formation of the protein and also the synthesis of RNA. Mitochondria. So this is the largest organ of the cell, and we are considering the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell. About the structure, it may be a spherical or rod shape, and the envelope, it is covered by a double membrane. About the function of the organelle, it aids in the conversion of glucose to high energy molecules, so that is ATP for the cell. ATP, it is adenosine triphosphate. The next one is endoplasmic reticulum. It's a large network of interconnecting membrane which is composed of both rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We are classifying the endoplasmic reticulum into two types, rough and smooth. So based on the texture, we are classifying into two, and about the function, it will be synthesizing the proteins and lipids. The next, ribosomes. And they are found on the endoplasmic reticulum. About the functions of ribosomes, together they help in the manufacturing of proteins for the cell following instructions of the nucleus. The next one is Golgi Apparatus, and they are the flattened stacks of membrane, bound sacs, and it looks like endoplasmic reticulum and are located nearing the nucleus. About the functions, the primary functions is to modify proteins made by the cell, and it can pack and export the proteins to the various cell parts. Vacuole, they are the organelle for the storage. Small membrane bound vacuoles which is filled with the fluid and water are present in animals. In the case of plants, the vacuoles perform the functions of secretions. The next one is and this is the part which can be present only in the plant cells. There are some organelles which can be very specific to the plant cells, or cell wall, chloroplast and plastics. First of all, with the cell wall, the primary wall, a rigid layer that surrounds the plant cells, and it is located outside the cell membrane, and the main function is to provide rigidity, strength and protection against the mechanical stress and the infection. Second one is the chloroplast. It's an elongated or disc-shaped organelle containing the pigment chlorophyll. It is a site for the photosynthesis. And the next one is plastids. They are storage organelles, and they can store the products like starch for the synthesis of fatty acids and terpenes. And this is one of the characteristic feature of an animal cell, the presence of lysosome. It's a membrane bound organelle, and they contain the digestive enzymes. They break down the waste products and detoxify the cells. It is present only in the animal cells, and it is not evident in the plant cells. And this is the functions of each and every organelle. Cell wall, and it means for the support and the production of the cell. And the plasma membrane, as we are knowing, it is otherwise called as cytoplasmic membrane. So it regulates the passage of materials into and out of cells. So that means the transport of nutrients. And the nucleus, the heart of a cell, it controls center of cell, which directs the protein synthesis and cell reproduction too. Nucleolus, responsible for the formation of the ribosomes, and ribosomes, so that is meant for the synthesis of proteins, and endoplasmic reticulum, so that is the organelle which meant for the transport and the protein synthesis. And this slide shows you the difference and the similarity between the animal and the plant cells. See that you take the plant cell first, cell wall and the chloroplast, so that is the characteristic feature of the plant cell. So it is present only in the plant cell, it is absent in the animal cell, and the remaining structures like cell membrane, mitochondria, nucleus, everything can be present in both the cells. And now the comparison of plant and the animal cells. In the first column, cytoplasmic organelles, the second column, plant cells, and the third column is animal cells. First of all, the property is cell wall. Here in the plant cell, the cell wall is present, and that cell wall is made up of cellulose, it is present in almost all the types of cells. It is lacking in animal cells. And the second one is plastids. So the plastids like leucoplast, chloroplast, chromoplast, so all those things can be present only in the plant cells, and it is lacking in animal cells. And the next one is chloroplast. So the plant cells have chloroplast to prepare their own food, but in animal cells, so there is no chloroplast. About the vacuoles can be present both the cells, and the cell sap containing vacuoles are present in plant, and the vacuoles are usually absent, or one or more small vacuoles are seen in animal cells. And lysosomes. So lysosomes can be present in both cells, and in plant they are not evident, and in animal cells it occur in cytoplasm. And the next one is the nucleus. So as we are already knowing about the functions of nucleus, it stores the genetic material, and it is responsible for the formation of the replication of the genetic material, and also the production of the proteins. And here in the plant cells, due to the presence of vacuole at the center of the cell, nucleus may be located at the edge of the cell, and here it is located centrally. Golgi bodies. Plant cells have many simpler units of Golgi complex called dictyosomes, and here in animal cells it have a single elaborate Golgi complex. Endoplasmic reticulum, it can be present in both the types of cells. And ribosomes, mitochondria, so both the organelles can be present in plant and animal cells too. Centrioles, it is present only in lower plant forms, and it can be present in animal cells. About the nutrition of a plant cell, it can prepare own food through photosynthesis. So we may call the plant cells as autotrophs. And here in animal cells, it cannot make their own food. They depend directly or indirectly on plants for their food, so that the animal cells may be called as heterotrophs. And about the locomotion, that is the movement of the organisms. Here in plant cells, most plants do not exhibit the movement, but here in animal cells, it exhibits the locomotion. About the growth and development. In the plant cell, it keeps growing throughout their life and are localized in the apical meristem. And for here in animal cells, growth stops after the maturation, but the body cells are replaced periodically. Cell shape and structure. Rigid fixes rectangular shape, and here in animal cells it lacks the rigidity. They are round or irregular shape. And now this slide shows you the similarities and the differences of animal and plant cells. The word which is highlighted with the red color, that is the cell wall, centriole, chloroplast. So that is the characteristic feature of a plant cell, and it cannot be present in an animal cell. Just look at the remaining things, that is the cell membrane, mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, chromosomes, vacuole. So all those organelles, it can be present in both animal cells and the plant cells. And these are all the differences between plant cells and animal cells. So that's all the difference, and thank you viewers. Thank you.